Fucking just take a fucking knee.
This ends up on Pornhub. Sorry for your weird masturbation session.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Bobbit is absent because he's hanging out with friends. Oh, shit. What the hell is that? Oh, that was her. It's like, I heard myself. Welcome to the show. We're going to talk some football, the happenings of last week. Bobbit is not here. He's hanging out with friends. That's why there's only three of us. I do have Heather over on the side over here. I do have Wendy sitting in my lap because apparently she feels like she needs to be on camera, and I don't know why. Oh, she's showing off her new pajamas? Yep, she's showing off her video. Hold on a second.
Meantime, I'll show off my guns. See that?
Okay, yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So,
isn't that good to look at?
Right, it is. So let's start off with Thursday night. I didn't really watch the game. I upgraded my package so I could watch the red zone. So I watched a lot of the key stuff that happened during Sunday afternoons games, but I didn't, and then I watched Sundays and Sunday night and Monday's game. But Dolphins, Jaguars, enough about the Jaguars. They suck. They're terrible. They suck. They are terrible.
Worst manias of all time.
And I'm gonna do it. This is our wrestling talk for the week. Tony Khan gets on and fucking apologizes for the performance that his team had. Do you know what I wanted to respond to him with? Do you want to know what
you apologize?
He apologized for every team. Every team that he fucking owns is terrible. Every team that family owns sucks. That game. Like if they lose, they lose. Hold on. I was gonna tweet that motherfucker and say, look, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. You're more worried about your fucking wrestling program than you are the fucking sports that make you actual fucking money. You fucking moron.
That's right. You say it.
They didn't. And you want to know why? Because they didn't want to get all the fucking hate from the AEW fucking fans. The fucking goons. The cons need to shut the fuck up and just do their fucking job. That's what they need to fucking do. Sorry.
Robinson 2 touchdowns, though. Robinson is a very underrated running back for the Jaguars with 2 touchdowns that game. He looked good in that game.
So they show flashes. They have players that can play, or else they wouldn't be in the NFL.
That's why they got rid of Fournette.
But I still don't think it was a good idea to get rid of Fournette.
Yeah, Fournette didn't look that good. He didn't look that good.
Well, okay. So here's my idea with the running game. I take this from watching Wisconsin football. And Sarah knows what I'm talking about. What makes a running back look really fucking good? What has to happen? What has to happen?
The offensive line, obviously.
The offensive line just fucking mauls the defense. They get to the next level and are able to make blocks. Granted, great, fantastic. But can Jacksonville do that on a fucking consistent basis? They haven't been able to do it on a consistent basis for how many years now?
Probably
can't
5,
protect
6, 7 years,
maybe. They can't protect Mustache Ride. They can't protect Mustache Ride, and their run game is inconsistent at best. Yeah. So the issue, and some players are going to have games at times where they're going to look good. And I get that. I'm not saying James Robinson isn't good. From what I've seen of him, he did all right. A lot of it he did on his own, which means he shows flashes. Can he be consistent, though? That's what I'm looking for. Leonard Fournette was never afforded that opportunity.
Exactly.
Because, and I don't know if it's Doug Marone's fault Or
I think a lot
if
of it's Doug Marone and like it was upper management at that time too, as far as things going, because
right,
that was just a mess down there,
it is. It
and that's why
is.
and that's why Jalen Ramsey wanted to leave. That's
That's why
exactly why
Ngukwe wanted to
Ngakwe wanted
fucking
to
leave,
leave.
and Ngukwe wanted to leave because he was getting paid less than the wrestlers were, and he said it publicly. He's like, I don't want to fucking be a part of this shit.
No, I don't blame him.
And they're using the Jacksonville Jaguars as a fucking promotional. They're only using. Yeah, Clay Campbell left. They're using the cons are using their big sports as a promotional for wrestling to try to make wrestling important again. Fuck it. Wrestling is never going to get any bigger than what it fucking is already. Drop it. Let it fucking go.
That's why WWE's struggling. All the wrestling promotions are struggling right now.
Is WWE struggling though?
Just watch what you enjoy watching.
No, and that's right, and fair enough. But don't just watch something because it WWE sucks. Who cares? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Cons don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's all I'm gonna fucking say about it. I've actually been watching more New Japan than I have in fucking anything. You want to talk about real fucking wrestling?
I hate Yano, by the way.
Everybody does. Everybody does. I mean, he is New Japan's version of R-Truth because he does have some funny things that he fucking does. But I do agree. I don't agree with him beating. I don't agree with him.
Low blow. He didn't get affected by it.
I know, but I don't agree with him beating the three guys he's beaten. That's where I just it is what it is. He's that. So the Jaguars are terrible. Can we agree on that?
Yep.
Jaguars top 5 worst teams.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, me and Coop had a little discussion in the chat.
Fucking bitch. That bitch.
All right.
Okay?
Listen. No, hold on. I'll let you go ahead and finish. Say what you're going to say. Go ahead.
He played for the Jets. Okay, he's been around the block, but 8 times.
Okay.
When he was with the Jets, he brought them to an almost championship caliber game, and he fucking threw picks and this is what JP says all the time.
Yes,
is he can't make clutch passes
because they put him in a situation. Okay, hold on.
He can't do it.
Okay, and I agree with you. But here's the kind of quarterback he is. He's a game manager. He doesn't have. He's like, who's the guy that I always complain about? He doesn't have the talent. Sam Darnold. If you don't put the talent around him, and we're going to talk about Sam Darnold. I'm going to talk about him. You don't put the talent around him. What fucking good is he? You can't just hope to God that the quarterback is the answer to all your fucking prayers. There's only a few select quarterbacks.
From what Ryan Fitzpatrick did and what he has around him, the fucking guy is, I hate him so much because he has the caliber of being one of those top quarterbacks, but he fucks up. Okay. That's what pisses me off.
I get it. But I'm going to say this. He's a game manager. He's not a guy that's going to win a game for you. Can we agree with that? That's my point. Yeah,
I can agree.
That's all I'm saying. I don't expect Ryan Fitzpatrick to go out and throw 6 touchdowns a game. He might do it once in a while against a really bad fucking team, like the Jaguars, but he's not going to go out and he's not going to fucking do it against the Patriots. He's not going to do it against, and I guarantee it, he's not going to do it against the Patriots. The Patriots, when they play the Patriots, watch, he throws 3 picks. Why? Because for some reason, when he does that, it's like, oh, he's finally figured it out. And then he throws 3 interceptions, and then Coop's like, what the fuck? This guy sucks. Well, that's because they put the ball in his hands. You can't fucking do that. Miami has decent players around them, not great, but Jacksonville is terrible. Jacksonville is terrible. So that was my whole point, and I think Coop said BS JP, which means bullshit. So you're saying what I'm saying. So what you're saying,
because you say that the quarterbacks have to be clutch, and he fucks up at clutch. That's why.
Okay, not all quarterbacks. It depends on who is or what kind of personnel you have. Another point with Ryan Fitzpatrick. What did he have in New York on offense that would say, oh my God, we're going to put the ball in this guy's hands and we're just going to let him fucking go? If you have to think about it, there is your answer.
Because they fucking all new guys. They're trying to rebuild, right?
Well, New York's always trying to rebuild. They went out and spent. Now listen. Now they went out and spent all of this money on Le'Veon Bell to get him.
I hated that decision.
And CJ Mosley, and they haven't done shit.
They're spending money because they can, because the owner, people in New York, they can spend money because they're rich. If you own a team in New York, you're rich. You can spend the money. But I'm telling you,
desperate for a name. That's why they signed Le'Veon Bell, because they had nobody.
Well, they're trying. Okay, so here's the thing. Why in the fuck did they draft Sam Darnold third if they were just going to get a running back and say, okay, we got the name, we're good, we're gonna live with that? Get some receivers around him. Get a tight end.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's not. New York has the line. They have the offensive line. Their offensive line, if you look on Madden, they're all pretty high, into like 70s, 80s. They do have a rookie left tackle or right tackle. But it's like, you're spending this money on one guy. Why aren't you spending money on bringing in receivers? Who don't want to play in New York? I mean, it's fucking New York. It's the media center of the fucking universe in sports. It's the media center of sports in the United States.
Yep.
So who wouldn't want to play in New York? They have a beautiful stadium. It's a beautiful stadium. The turf thing we'll talk about, but I'm going to call bullshit on it still. They even talked about it during the game. It's like, oh, there's been talk.
By the way.
So that's my only thing. You can't put the ball in the guy's hands and expect him to just go when you don't have anybody around him that can catch a fucking ball. You're failing, and then you're going to get fans like Coop that's going to fucking shit all over the guy because he can't throw a ball.
Might as well put one of the cardboard audience members up there as a receiver, right?
Might as well. I'd probably do better. I will say this: Braxton Berrios does show flashes. He had a couple of nice plays in that game.
Yeah, he did. I'm not gonna lie, he did have some flashes.
So yeah, that's my only thing with the Dolphins and Ryan Fitzpatrick. I get what you're saying as fan. I can understand your frustration. He's now playing well, but wait. Just wait. Wait until they play the Patriots. Wait until they play whoever else good teams they play that have good defenses. What are they going to do? They aren't going to do shit.
Yeah, well, I got to say this right now. Ryan Fitzpatrick, you might as well have as much fun as you can because you have nothing to lose. So, Ryan Fitzpatrick, you might as well just play as much fun football as you can because this might be it.
Well, he's got the beard for it. I'll tell you that fucking much. Jesus.
I mean, are you kidding me? He's got the Hawaiian shirt and everything like that.
It's like he's hiding a fox in his fucking chin strap.
He's showing the chiseled chest and everything like that.
It looks like it really looks like he's hiding.
Report it if it's me.
Yes, he is a game manager like Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm going to tell you right now, Ryan Fitzpatrick is literally a poor man's Jimmy Garoppolo. Which saying he sucks. He does suck, and I'm with Coop on that, but he's not a guy that you would want to put out there and call him a superstar, because he's not. He's not. The next game is, and there wasn't too much from this game. The one that I did see, it had a lot to do with them talking about the turf on the NFL Red Zone. The 49ers beat the Giants 36-9. Fucking, I could just see it. Now, I didn't see it about, the 49ers fans, they're all excited, and we're gonna fucking return the corner. We're still gonna be good. You played the fucking Giants, guys. Come on. Both New York teams, if both New York teams play each other this year, the final score will be 2-0.
Jared McKinnon might be comeback player of the year, though. 2 touchdowns or something like that. So
now, Trek did say he is questionable because he got hurt.
Oh, is he questionable?
He's questionable. He got hurt.
Oh, because I know Jordan Reed, the tight end, got hurt. He did something to his ankle.
Yeah.
So,
and that's when they started talking about the turf thing. I'm like, when he
injury that happened there.
When he did that was on him. That had nothing to fucking do with the turf. He did that. The turf didn't do that to him.
Yeah, that was a Jordan Reed mess up from what I saw.
Jordan Reed, he just turned his ankle. It's not like he fucking did the splits and then fucking tore his quad muscle, okay? Or his groin. He'll be fine. He's got a high ankle sprain, I think.
Is Bobbitt here?
Ah, he is. Bobbitt is here. What's up, Bobbitt? Good talk.
This would be like him. Real talk.
I'm here.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Turn on your camera if you can. So there really wasn't much to talk about that game. The 49ers beat the Giants 36-9. It's going to be growing pains for the Giants. The Giants might literally be the worst team in football. Might literally be.
Seriously, I'm a Jets fan, but they fucking suck, man.
I think the Giants are actually worse. I really do.
I think the Giants are worse.
I'm from both New York teams, 1-2, I think, right now.
Right. The next game, I want to talk about what happened at the end of this game. Not so much the game itself, because it was a pretty good game up until the end. The game that made you feel like you were kissing your sister. The Bengals and the Eagles. They ended in a tie. And the way that they ended in a tie...
Really? The way that you fucking just worded that.
Well, it is. They always say a tie is like kissing your sister.
That analogy, though.
They say a tie is like kissing your sister. Yeah, fucking weirdo.
It was that. Oh my god.
Hey, step bro, I'm stuck.
I've never heard anybody use that analogy ever.
Yeah, you have. You have. I hear it all the fucking time. You need to fucking turn on the commentary because you hear it. I've heard players say it's like kissing your sister. It is. It is. It's like his. Think about it. You tie. Now the way they tied is what I want to talk about.
It's like Virginia.
15 minutes of going unopposed points. Jesus fuck.
Well, I mean, well, we're talking about the Bengals and the Eagles here.
Terrible.
I do want Carson Wentz is not the problem.
No, I think Carson Wentz is definitely a problem.
No, he's not. How is he? I think it's close. Because at the end of that fucking game, this is why I say it's not Carson Wentz. Why in the fuck would you just punt the ball When you're on the 50 fucking yard line, you know Carson Wentz has the arm to get it to the fucking end zone. Why don't you let him throw a Hail Mary and at least try to win the game? That's coaching. That's not Carson Wentz. That's coaching. That's just giving the fuck up. Doug Peterson, if there's a coach in the NFL, if there's a coach in the NFL that needs to be fired, it's Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson definitely on the hot seat. Definitely
should be on the hot seat. You don't do that shit. What? And then the Bengals, they just run the ball, and that's how the game fucking ends. Who?
Yeah, I didn't agree with that one either.
What in the fuck am I watching? I literally, both Heather and I are sitting here like, really? Why aren't they at least letting Carson Wentz give it a shot? Why give Cincinnati a smidgen of hope? But then Cincinnati's like, well, fuck it. We're too far away because...
Cincinnati think they were Patriots trying to do these short-term pass or something.
Right. Well, they ran the ball. They didn't even try to... That was stupid. But Carson Wentz is not the problem. And the pundits agree with it.
I think if you're averaging 2 interceptions a game right now, I think that's a problem.
Could you also blame it? Okay, so him throwing the ball, could you also blame it on scheme? They aren't going to get rid of Carson Wentz. They've invested too much fucking money.
No, what I've seen from Carson Wentz the past 2 years, he's interception prone to me.
Well, any quarterback's interception prone.
Well,
I've seen Aaron Rodgers.
This year apparently interceptions.
Come on, man! I've seen Aaron Rodgers throw 4 interceptions in one game. Does he interception prone?
This 3 weeks into the season, he's not.
3 weeks into this, I'm just telling you, it's just like fucking Gostkowski. You don't just fire. You don't fire a kicker. Right? It's the same concept. You don't fire a kicker just because he missed 3 field goals. The guys come out and kick 3 game winners in a fucking row. He's been pretty clutch lately.
I'm always right and I'm always wrong sometimes, and I will say Stephen Gostkowski. I was wrong about Gostkowski. I thought they should have got rid of him right away. Next thing you know, in this game, 6 field goals, 6 out of 6. You can't you can't ask better. So my apologies for that, and he's earned everybody's respect back.
Wrong.
What?
Wrong. I'm just kidding.
Wrong. You want a chorus in the background?
Right? The Raiders got handled by the Patriots.
Doesn't surprise me. It's in New England.
Of course. These penalties are a factor for the Raiders to me. I've seen a lot of penalties, I think, from the Raiders.
The Raiders have always been penalty prone. And that's just the moniker, the Raiders. For some reason, it's just the uniform, and all of a sudden, hey, these guys are playing us. They're penalty prone. We're going to throw flags on them. Fuck it. It's the Raiders.
Right. Just what I've seen for the Raiders, I've seen a lot of penalties. The
Patriots are pretty good. Patriots are pretty good.
Really good.
Patriots are pretty good, man.
Julian Edelman came out to play.
Oh, he actually played? I didn't know he didn't play the last 2 weeks. There wasn't too much from that game, just that Waller, they only targeted him like once in that game. That's just how good Patriots defense was. You don't complete passes, you ain't winning. And they struggled. The Raiders are a pretty good team, but they struggled against the Patriots.
That Patriots defense is really good, actually.
Say it again?
The Patriots defense is really good, actually.
It was the best defense in the league last year. One of the best this year.
They have good
What?
I want to see some hero profits for the Patriots.
Oh, what? Go ahead.
Cam Newton has really surprised me. Like, I didn't think he was going to do much this year, but Newton is doing really fucking good.
What did I
I'm
tell you?
surprised.
What did I tell you at the beginning of the year? I told you he was going to be a good quarterback. He's never not been a good quarterback. That's the thing. He's always been a decent quarterback. It's just the Panthers for some reason didn't have the personnel that, I guess, I don't know. Next game, Bears and Falcons. The Falcons lose another one. They have a 26 to 10 lead. I do want to say this. I think it's a mistake that they're benching Mitchell Trubisky.
I disagree.
Nick Foles is garbage. Now watch. Nick Foles next week. Because he's the starter, is going to throw 3 picks. And then what is Nagy going to fucking do? Then what is Nagy going to fucking do? And the fucking Bears fans will be like, well, now what do we do? Do we get Ryan Fitzpatrick? What do we do? I mean, come on, man.
Your team goes 2-0, and you bench your starter, and then next thing you know, the next week after, their backup starts fucking up. I'm gonna laugh my fucking ass off.
Let's talk
Whatever's
about the
going on with the Bears, man.
I don't think it was because Nick Foles came in. I think it had a lot to do with the Falcons don't know how to fucking finish games.
I totally agree. Fuck the Falcons for fucking me over in picks again. That's why I'm doing terrible in picks, because Atlanta and all these shitty teams lose at last minute things.
Well, they're not shitty, but they're still losing. That's the thing.
They're waiting for most of the game and then they fucking lose. That's why
That's another good fired is Dan.
He's on the hot seat. I don't know what happened, but he either has lost that locker room or
something.
I don't know what's going on.
Dan Quinn is a defensive mind guy, and for the last 2-3 weeks, we've seen collapses on defense. He should be gone.
I agree.
He should be gone.
The Rams and the Bills. So it was a barn burner. The Rams were ahead 28-3, I think, in this game. Something like that. And came back and beat the Bills. The Bills were trailing 28-3. And the Bills came back and beat them 35-32.
Another game.
That Buffalo team is legit. They're legit. Josh Allen is really good.
Josh Allen is legitimate. Heather is even thinking about benching Lamar Jackson and putting Josh Allen in next week.
Josh Allen has consistently been giving my bench 25 or higher points.
He's been really good the first 3 weeks. So, I don't know. We'll see.
I think getting Stephon Diggs really helped him out a lot. Like, a lot.
Yeah. Bobbitt.
That was one of the games that we were really close with debating, because that was a tough game.
I actually went the Bills.
It came down to the wire.
Yeah. Well, I went the Bills because they were on the road. The Bills have really good defense. They didn't look really good. But whatever. Next game is the Browns at the Redskins. Sorry, everybody. I can't let it go. It's the Redskins. Can we stop talking about them too? Maybe they aren't as good as we thought they were.
Chase Owens got hurt in that game. Watch out.
I don't care if Chase Young got hurt. I don't think Chase Young getting hurt cost them that game.
Nope.
I think
it's going to be a factor for them.
Oh, down the road, but it wasn't the reason that they lost. And I don't think it'll be. I don't think him being hurt is going to be the reason that they aren't very good. Because
quarterback.
Well, the quarterback situation, I don't know. He's a young quarterback.
Alex Smith is still hurt right now.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, he damn near died.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him right now, but he's inactive.
He's still recovering from that injury. He damn near died in the operating table from that injury. Yeah. So he isn't back 100% yet. Alex Smith being out has nothing to do. I don't think Alex Smith would make much of a difference.
Why was he on the active roster of inactives then?
Why was he on the active roster of inactives?
Just the roster of just like bench players kind of thing.
Was he suited up? Then he was inactive. It's because of his leg.
The ticker that goes through and just says.
So he was inactive because of his injury. He's still recovering. So
is he like the quarterback string, like 1, 2, and 3, or
if he's inactive, he isn't even 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, right? Okay. So he's just on IR then. Okay.
Yeah. They're expecting him to come off.
Okay.
Yeah. From what I
have no idea who's their backup or anything like that. I thought that was Alex Smith was.
I don't know. Allen's their backup right
Who?
now. Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen. Okay. I don't think Redskins. I don't think Chase Young being out or Alex Smith being out is the reason the Redskins aren't very good. No. Or lose games down the road. Then the NFC East is trash. Because we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute too. Steelers and Texans. I called it. Houston still can play. They played with them, but they just Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and Kansas City are the 3 best teams in the AFC, and they're proving it. I'm telling you, watch. Houston will still win the AFC South.
Houston 0-3 right now.
I don't care. They haven't played anybody in the AFC South yet.
I know. I'm just saying, just 0-3 is not looking good.
Well, they aren't looking bad.
No, they're keeping.
They played with Kansas City. They kind of got manhandled by Baltimore. But they didn't get manhandled by Pittsburgh, who's considered to be the 3rd best team in the AFC. Yeah, they hung with them. It's just they had played. You put them in that gauntlet, and you might go 0-3. They might be one of the first 0-3 teams to fucking make the playoffs. Houston's good. I still think Houston. Will Fuller looked good Sunday. Made a couple of really nice catches. So, don't count out Houston just because.
No, I'm saying
just because.
Not bad. I'm just saying that's a tough 3-game stretch. That's hard.
It is. It's very difficult.
It really is. They've played very competitive against the Steelers. They played really competitive against the Chiefs.
Yep.
They just got manhandled by Baltimore. That's all it was.
Yep. No, the Texans may very well go 6-10. It's just this right now they are still considered probably the 4th best team in the AFC right now. The AFC South isn't very good. It's not. It really isn't. Because the team that's 3-0 barely beat the fucking Vikings, who can't fight themselves out of a wet paper bag.
Titans are not that great, to be honest.
They're not. They're not. They beat the Vikings 31-30. The Vikings had the lead, but Gostkowski kicked the game winner again. 3 weeks in a row, he's kicked the game winner. They had just enough defense to fucking win. He is.
6 field goals.
And the game that I didn't really pay attention to or wasn't on, Panthers against the Chargers. Now, Bobby, you watched this game, did you not? Yes?
I watched it intently.
Then talk about it. What happened?
It was a good game. I will say, though, Chargers would have won that game if they didn't keep shooting themselves in the foot with stupid penalties. Stupid penalties is why Carolina won that game.
Yeah, there was a couple of penalties that they made mistakes on. Veterans
Yeah.
making rookie mistakes. That hurt the Chargers in that game. And it did. And I can't wait. It's 2 games away, and I can't wait to talk about it. You know what's coming. And no, it's not the Colts.
The Cardinals?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what's coming, baby. It's coming. The next game.
Here, let me just say right now. Let's get it out of the way. Let's get it out of the way then.
Okay.
We've been bragging about Kyler Murray, and he looked fucking terrible in that game against the Lions. Okay,
He threw 3
interceptions,
picks, almost 5.
Oh yeah, he 4. I thought from what I saw,
Almost
he
threw
looked
5.
terrible in that game. So
2 Lions. Thank God they had fucking jelly on their hands or whatever because or whatever, Vaseline or slip and slide. They didn't catch them because 2 of them would have been pick sixes. The Lions beat the Cardinals 26-23.
a field goal. It was a bad game.
Kyler Murray. This is why I said don't get excited about the Cardinals because they're going to have these kinds of games. They are still young. They have veteran receivers on the outside, but when you have a quarterback that is only in his 2nd year, he looks great at times, but then at times he looks like he did in this game. And this is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get from him. It's only his 2nd year. So we can't expect him to be in the conversation with. You can't expect him to be in the conversation with Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson or
Russell
Wilson or Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady because you're going to set this kid up for failure, and that's exactly what will happen. Baker Mayfield's the second coming of fucking Cam Newton. Well, Cam Newton hasn't exactly been the guy that's been the first pick in the draft. So let's not get excited. But yeah, Kyler Murray did not look good. And like I said, he's going to have these games.
Like he's
going to.
Inconsistency sometimes.
It is. Well, he's only his 2nd year in the league. It's gonna happen.
Gotta give him his time. Like he's only been in the league. This is the 2nd year. Gotta give him his time.
So my thing was there was one specific play, and it had to do with DeAndre Hopkins. So he was looking. The play was going. The first progression is to the left. So. And the Lions pass rush, or not the Lions. Yeah, the Lions pass rush was relentless Sunday. So they were able to get pressure. And he didn't have time. He felt the pressure coming, and he had to get rid of the ball. And all you see is DeAndre Hopkins over in the corner. He was wide open. But he throws his hands up, and you're like, man, I'm open. He couldn't even get to you because there was pressure in his face right away. This is why DeAndre Hopkins needs to fucking calm his shit. Because he's going to ruin that kid with his attitude. Calm down. He'll figure it out. Yes, he's got his feet. But you can't expect the kid to make every fucking play. And I'm not talking to the fans. I'm talking to DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins, you watch. They start not throwing to him because he can't get to him, and he's going to get frustrated.
That's why the Texans got rid of him, because he was being a cancer in the...
He was the number 1 guy. He was the guy. He was the first look every time. So that's why he always got targeted. That's not the way the Cardinals operate, my friend. They have more than just you out there. That's the issue. So let's go back to the Colts and the Jets.
Really?
Let's not get excited, Sarah. The Colts played the Jets.
We'll give the Colts like some credit with Phil.
I'll give them some credit. I'll give them some credit. They played the Jets. And I don't think Sam Darnold, and again, I don't think he's the problem.
3 interceptions or something like that.
I don't think Adam Gase is the fucking problem. I think the general manager needs to be fucking fired.
I totally agree because that.
Why? Because you don't put talent around the guy. He's gonna suck. If you don't give him somebody to fucking throw to, I don't care if you have Le'Veon Bell and Frank Gore behind you. If you can't throw it to somebody, man, it just don't. That just don't fly with me. You can't shit on a guy just because, well, he can't complete a pass. It's because his receivers can't get open because they can't get away from the defensive back. That's not the quarterback's fault. Can he throw them open? Yeah, but they don't have the talent to get open. That's the problem. They need help. They need help in the receiving corps.
Emerson Crowder, Brashad Perriman were both hurt in that game, so that really hurt them.
Yeah.
In the past game.
Now, what were you going to say, Sarah? I'm sorry.
I think that the Jets do need receiver help. I don't think it's Sam Darnold's fault necessarily there. I really don't.
No,
and
it's not.
Their general manager has been trash. Like, he's not that good.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And I mean, my Colts have been playing pretty decent. I mean, they've had their inconsistencies too.
Yeah.
But I mean, their defense has been playing pretty well this year. Actually, they've been playing pretty.
Right. Seahawks
So,
go ahead.
It's the Jets. I'm not gonna say it's not, but it's the Jets. It's like I'm gonna wait for real competition for my team, and then we can.
Well, they had it a couple of weeks ago and got their ass kicked. Right?
Yeah.
What do you mean you're going to wait for real competition? You seen it a couple of weeks ago and they got their ass kicked, right?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But Philip Rivers has done pretty decent.
Shut up. What did you say, Sarah?
Philip Rivers has done pretty decent for us.
Again, get excited about the guy because he's going to start thinking that he's doing it all by in fucking side. In fact, I seen him throw a touchdown pass and he had that look in his eye. I did that. Did you see that? It was fantastic. I'm so good. Get the fuck out of here. Attitude readjustment. That guy needs that guy.
I like our tight end though, Mo Alley Cox. He's really
Who's that dumbass that tried flexing that caught touchdown and then got taunted or something like that?
I don't know, but I do want to talk. You want to talk about fucking celebrations? You want to talk about fucking Let's talk about fucking celebrations. Justin Jefferson had a breakout game.
Yeah, he did the Google eye thing or something like that, right?
No, he started doing whatever the fuck that wiggy-wommy dance is at the fucking 10-yard line. And if he would, I was waiting for him. What I would wish, because I played safety in high school, if that was me, I would have just fucking ran his ass fucking over. I would have just fucking lit him up like a fucking Christmas tree. You want to fucking celebrate? I don't care. He could be in the fucking end zone. I would have plowed his ass the fuck over. And if I was his coach, benched. Celebrate when you get in the end zone, not when you're trying to get to the end zone. That is disrespectful to the game.
Yeah.
I was pissed off. And I hate the fucking Vikings. I was upset that the referees allow that shit. They need to put a handle on the fucking celebrations. I don't mind it in the end zone, but when it's like that and they were losing. Or no, they were winning. They were winning. It should have been. In my opinion, it should have been. Don't do that shit. If he was on my team, I would have fucking fined him and benched him. I don't need that shit. Act like you've been there before. He played for a national championship team last year and didn't do that. You can't do that. But
and really, he wasn't that great in that game either.
No, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He had 7 catches for 175 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. I think he had 2 touchdowns in that game. Yeah, he had a good game. But come on, man. You don't do that shit. And then DK Metcalf. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see what
so
he did.
DK Metcalf caught the ball. And he started celebrating. He was the one that was doing the fucking thing before the end zone.
Was he the one that did the flex?
And then it got knocked. It got knocked out. It got knocked out, and it ended up being a touchdown. All he had to do was run. That kid wasn't bringing him down, but he started doing dancing. He started whatever he threw his hands out, was doing this, and he fucking got the ball knocked out of his hands. Ended up being a touchback. Benched. I don't care how fucking good you are. On my team, you act like you've been there. It's called discipline and respect for the game. Leon Lett. Remember when Leon Lett had that fucking fumble recovery and Don Beebe caught up to him and knocked it out? Yep. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit because karma will bite you in the ass. I would have laughed if he would have fucking started dancing like that at the 10-yard line, and then he threw the ball, or the ball flipped out of his hand, and the other team picked it up and returned it for a touchdown. I'd have laughed my ass off. Won't celebrate anymore, will you, motherfucker?
Nope.
Buccaneers beat the Broncos 28-10. Buccaneers. They played the Broncos. That's all I can say. Sorry.
Gronk still sucks.
Oh my God, Rob Gronkowski is terrible. Rob Gronkowski.
What was this comment? I only came in to block.
They brought me in. They brought me in to be a blocking tight end. You should be a bench warmer because you suck.
Godwin was good, though.
What?
Chris Godwin, he was pretty decent.
So was Mike Evans. Mike Evans was really good, too.
Yeah, Mike Evans looking good. Mike Evans is definitely one of the best wide receivers out there. And with Tom Brady, them together, I'm really glad that this connection is happening. So.
Right.
Not just for my fantasy team.
Right.
But.
Would you like to add anything about it? Many of the games that we talked about? Yes, no, maybe?
Not really.
Well, that was quick. Not really.
No, other than DK, I love the kid, but he can be an idiot.
Well, he's young, and that's all about coaching. The next game was a barn burner. I got really frustrated at the beginning of the game. Packers at Saints was a good game. Packers defense sucks. Again. I keep hearing this, well, it's not the linebackers aren't the problem. It's the coach. Why is it everybody reverts to the fucking coach as being a fucking problem? I will say this, scheme wise,
Matt LaFleur, that's your head coach. He's had one of the best seasons in Green Bay history.
Well, it's not the best. It's tied for the best. No, it's not the best.
Better than Mike McCarthy.
No, because Green Bay went 15-1 one year.
In Mike McCarthy's first season, sir?
No. Now, if you're talking about starts, yes.
First season, yes. Yeah, he's off.
He's off to the best start in the first 16 games of his career, 18 games of his career, 19 games of his coaching career. Yeah, that I heard. I heard that. I can agree with that. But the best season ever? No.
No.
I didn't say best season ever.
Yeah,
No,
well, you did. I know what you meant, though.
Just that sad that you meant.
I know what you meant, though. My issue, people need to stop blaming the coaches for fucking everything. And can we start blaming the execution of the players being the problem? At least a part of the fucking problem? I mean, all I hear from Packer fans is, well, it's not the linebackers' fault, it's the coach's fault. No, it's not. When Kirksey got hurt in that game, and Ty Summer, they never put him on the fucking field. So, the execution, the game plan sucked. Well, Ty Summer's never on the fucking field, so execution is the fucking problem. Execution. And when Kirksey was out there, he was out of fucking position half the fucking time. He got a fucking face masking call because he was out of position and had to reach. What the fuck, man? I'm so sick and tired of these fucking apologists for the fucking players. Stop apologizing for them. They fucked up. They know it. The players fucked up. Sometimes the coach can do everything he can to scheme. And he puts the scheme together. Sarah, wake up. Puts together the scheme. And God damn it. What the fuck? Tell me. How in the fuck is it always the coach's fucking fault? When can we start blaming the players for not executing? And this is just me. This is not a question for everybody. This is just me saying this. I will say this. Sean Payton needs to be hit in the head with the frying pan. Number one, why are you taking the ball out of Drew Brees? Why are you taking the ball out of Drew Brees' hands at any point in this game? What, because you're trying to be fancy-dancy with Taysom Hill? Is Taysom Hill a great athlete? Sure. But why would you put him in that situation? New Orleans had this game fucking won, and they go and do that. Sean Payton needs a stern talking to. Because I even seen it. Drew Brees is like, really? They want to run this play? Why in the fuck do they want to do this? You know what I'm talking about. Bobby, you were there when we were watching the game, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? The fumble. Green Bay got...
Yes, I do.
Green Bay had the ball. They turned it over on downs. They didn't punt it. Like I'm sitting here saying, punt the fucking ball. Punt the fucking ball. Punt the fucking ball. And they fucking go for it on fourth down. They get stopped. New Orleans run the first play of the game. First play of the drive. 7 yards. What do? They bring in Taysom Hill. They're going to run the ball, put the ball in Drew Brees' hand, and hand it off to Alvin Kamara. Or LaMarcus Murray. What the fuck are you doing? Why are they putting the fucking ball in the hands in a situation of that magnitude of a guy who is not a quarterback? I mean, he is, but he's not the kind of guy that I want the ball in the hands of in situations like this. What the fuck were they thinking? Green Bay ended up driving down the field, scoring a touchdown. Didn't Lazard get a big play like the very next play? I can't remember. But they ended up scoring a touchdown.
Yeah.
And that just turned everything over on its heels. And Packers ended up winning 37-30. I do not understand coaches and trying to be fancy-dancy all the time. I'm going to say this because Heather and I watched the next game. Kansas City did fancy-dancy because Baltimore looked like fucking lost. All game long. Any thought? Did you watch the game Monday night or Sunday night, Coop? Sarah?
I did.
Really?
Go ahead.
I think Green Bay played better, as far as...
No, they didn't. I'm going to tell you right now, Green Bay should have lost that game. Green Bay should have lost that game. New Orleans had Green Bay beat, and they fucked up. Coach trying to be too cute. Coop, go ahead.
No, I'm just totally agree. Just I saw the end of the game and everything like that. Just I don't know, odd ending for the Saints. Just
It was.
I don't know what's going on with the Saints, but the running game looked good. Alvin Kamara looked good.
Yes. They
So,
almost single-handedly beat Green Bay.
Yeah. You did claim that the rushing defense is not good for the Green Bay defense, and Alvin Kamara run it up their throat most of the game.
He did.
So
I mean, Green Bay was pretty good on offensive side of the ball. They were pretty consistent. The offense wasn't the problem.
Without Devontae Adams, right?
Yeah. The offense was not the problem in this game. It was the defense. Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith and Jair Alexander, although he looked bad on a fucking tackle, which I don't ever want to see him, a guy bigger than him, doing that kind of fucking shoulder tackle, that big touchdown run that Kamara had. But other than that, he played well. It's just Green Bay's run defense is my big concern. Their passing defense is not really a big concern. Their run defense is a really huge concern for me. They need to get out. Did
Aaron Jones score any touchdowns?
Yes, I think he caught a receiving touchdown.
Pay that man. Pay that man.
Allen. Oh, they will. Green Bay will. Green Bay usually doesn't do contract extensions until the end of the year. They'll pay him. They'll pay him. Don't worry.
Alan Lazard just was phenomenal in that game. It was really good.
By the way, his sunglasses are the most stupidest thing ever since T-Pain.
Do what?
His sunglasses, wherever the fuck he wears on the sideline, are fucking worse than T-Pain's.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't pay attention to that shit. So
Aaron Jones is fucking on the sideline and have his like fucking sunglasses side of his forehead. I think he
Wendy disconnected. Never mind. Get away from there.
Wendy, come on.
She almost disconnected us.
Oh no.
He knows when to
Rob Gronkowski. I don't know why Trek always has to worry about what Rob Gronkowski does. Are you in love with him secretly or something? Because you're always talking. He needs to stop acting like an immature. I don't care what Rob Gronkowski does in his off time. When he is healthy, when Rob Gronkowski is healthy, when he was healthy a few years ago, the guy could play. I'm not going to discredit him, but
he's been eating too many nachos on commercials. That's what's going on. He's getting fat.
Oh, well, true.
That's exactly what's going on.
That could be the answer to everything right there. Lay off the fucking nachos and salsa, fucker.
It is. It really is.
All right.
CBD oils. That's what it is. Too much CBD oils.
Right. So
goddamn Marshawn Lynch. That's why he's not playing anymore. He's a spokesperson.
I've seen that commercial and I'm like, this is the dumbest fucking commercial I've ever fucking seen. Dak Prescott, no, Ezekiel, is it Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott laying in the fucking bunk beds and shit? So dumb. So dumb.
A very loud chewer.
Oh, and then I think that's not even the dumbest commercial. I think the Liberty Mutual ones, those are kind of dumb too.
I don't.
No, this is like JT Westworth is definitely up there. They have their theme song up there.
Oh yeah, those are terrible.
It's my money and I want it now.
JT Westworth.
Hold on, Bob it. Start over. You started out as a robot again. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, the only thing I like about the JG Wentworth commercials is the opera parts.
Okay, can we get off the commercials? God damn it. I know we went
It's
off on a
my
tangent.
money and I want it now.
Oh,
It's my money and I want it now. So the last game we're going to talk about, and I know Heather is dreading this, but she watched the game. It was frustrating to watch. I'm sitting here like, what in the fuck is Baltimore doing? And I'm going to say this now. It is nothing that Kansas City did. It was all about the execution of the players. Anybody wants to jump in and tell me I'm wrong, go ahead. But if you want to sit here and tell me that you don't think them Baltimore players can play their position, you've got another thing coming. For some reason, they did not show up to fucking play at all.
Both teams to me did
Kansas
not
City,
look like
Kansas City didn't look great. Patrick Mahomes made a couple of plays. Most of his yards came off of big plays. Players were wide open all over the. If you have a guy that's 10, 15 yards wide open and you can't make that throw, you need to not play football. That I do not credit fucking Patrick Mahomes for being good. I will say this: Aaron Rodgers did a no-look pass on Sunday night. You know how everybody's always talking that fucking Patrick Mahomes is the only one in the NFL that can do that? Aaron Rodgers did it. And he threw it 30 yards on a fucking line. So everybody that wants to sit there and talk about fucking Patrick Mahomes can do it, so can Aaron Rodgers. When I seen that, I'm like, why did you do that? But
Rodgers is too fat to wear a world heavyweight title, by the way.
Rodgers is too fat to wear a world heavyweight title.
That's why he always imagines it, so he can't wear it.
Fair enough. I don't know if Heather agrees with me or not, but I was saying it all night. The Ravens and their execution was just terrible. It had nothing to do with what the Chiefs were doing. I mean, even on the offensive side of the ball, the Lamar Jackson I don't know if he bought into it, this MVP versus MVP bullshit.
That's what I believe. I think the media got into everything.
I think that, they got into his head, and it cost him to play as bad as he did. Now, that's on him. He needs to. They need to fix some issues because Kansas City is very, 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 very beatable. The Chargers proved that last week. But if you don't show up to play and you buy into the hype of this versus that, you don't deserve to win a game. You don't.
Lamar Jackson, to me, looked like he tried doing too much in that game.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
He looked good. On the first drive, he looked decent because he was doing what he normally did. But then when he threw his first incompletion, it went downhill from there.
To me, he held on to the ball too long at times when he should have thrown it. He just looked out of sync in that game to me.
He did. And Marquise Brown, where the fuck was he? He's a first-round pick. He wasn't even on the field.
He fucking dropped the ball. That was.
Well, he dropped two. He dropped two balls. But he's only on the field like 5 times in that fucking game.
And those key plays that he should have made, dropped them.
That's coaching. That's scheming. That's execution on the coaches there. Why he's not on the field? Because that guy can flat out fucking run. He can run faster than Tyreek Hill. Everybody says Tyreek Hill can run. This kid's faster than that. And they didn't use him. They didn't use him at all. And it's so frustrating sitting there watching. I actually felt bad for Heather watching this game. Now, they
From
did
what I
come
saw,
back.
Marquise Brown is a vertical guy.
He is. And that's what I'm saying. Why aren't they getting vertical with this guy? They were trying to throw it underneath to him. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Throw it vertical. Throw it vertical.
That's not him.
And what was Mark Andrews doing? Oh my God! Why would he?
I mean, come on. He's usually pretty consistent. I'm not gonna. I'm not going to blame him for. I'm not going to blame him for this.
The tight end also is that who you're talking about? Matthews or something like that?
Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews. Yeah, I mean, he's going to drop some passes. A couple of them. The one in the end zone, that's a tough catch. And he hurt himself in the process. He hurt himself on that play. And he did drop a couple of passes. And it happens, but you have got to learn from your mistakes.
It adds up, though, if you have inconsistent passes.
Baltimore, I think Baltimore can beat Kansas City. I think there are 3 or 4 teams out there that can beat Kansas City. You just better play better defense, and you better not have to punt the ball. Because you can't kick field goals against them, and you can't turn the ball over because they will eat you alive. That's how Kansas City wins. They don't win because they're great on defense. They win because they get turnovers. Their run defense is fucking atrocious. I mean, Lamar Jackson had like 80 yards rushing in that game. That tells you a lot. So they were able to run the ball. They just didn't stick to the game plan. They fell behind. So then they had to go away from it and throw the ball all over the field. And I don't think he turned the ball over at all. Did he? Well, he did lose a fumble, but I don't think he threw an interception.
No, you're not.
Yeah. So there's Sunday's games. Any final thoughts on this past weekend's games? A lot of missed extra points and field goals. Not like Gostkowski.
Is there any games that we missed?
No.
Oh, okay, we covered everything.
We didn't talk about the Cowboys and Seahawks. Can we just say the Cowboys are terrible?
Yeah, Cowboys are terrible.
I think the NFC East is absolutely the worst league in football. The worst division in football. Worst division. Cowboys. Dak Prescott again, he chokes in the clutch. Chokes in the clutch. What are you gonna do?
Eat a yogurt.
Easy yogurt. All right, so I told you to be back this week. The power rankings. Are we ready? Yeah, and then we'll do the picks. Who do you think number 32 is?
Jets.
You are correct. The Jets are number 32.
Giant.
No, the Jets.
Number 1 pick.
Who do you think number 31 is?
The Giants.
The Giants are number 31.
Giants.
The what the fucks, or what the fuck to, or the fuck to the Washington Redskins, the Washington football team, number 30.
JP, are these your rankings? Or
no,
are
these are off from NFL.com. So thank you to NFL.com.
Have you ever thought about you making your ranking?
I do, because I'm going to disagree with a couple of these.
Okay.
I already talked about it. Don't worry about it. But I am going to do that. I thought I tried that. It just takes too time consuming for me.
Okay.
Number 29 is the Denver Broncos. They're justifiably so.
Which are against the Jets on Thursday, by the way.
Broncos might actually win that game. The Bengals are number 28. Falcons are number 27. Jaguars are number 26. Dolphins are number 25.
I fucking disagree with that. The Jaguars should be way below the.
No,
I think the Jaguars are worse than the Falcons.
No, they're not. They're not.
I just Falcons can put up points. I don't think people understand that. They put up a lot of points every game.
Yeah.
And just right, and the Jaguars don't.
No.
So that's why.
Okay, I mean, you could flip flop. You could flip flop, but I'm gonna disagree with you.
Okay.
You could. Number 25 is the Dolphins. Number 24 is the Panthers. Number 23 is the Eagles. Number 22 is the Lions. Number 21 is the Texans. I disagree with that.
Hey, whoa. Texans 0-3. Damn.
Texans, but they're the best 0-3 team in the league. Telling you right fucking now.
All right.
You can sit here and say, well, they're 0-3. Well, I remember Alabama started the year 0-3 one year, and they were still ranked number 15 in the country. I don't want to hear it. They're a better team than what everybody gives them credit for. The Vikings are number 20.
Oh my God, the Texans should be better than the Vikings.
I agree. I think the Texans probably should be. I could probably see the Texans being 19.
19, I think, is a better number for them. That's full. They
But
should not be 20.
the Chargers are at 19. Raiders are at 18. The Cowboys are at 17.
Oh my
Bears,
God, the Cowboys suck.
They've won a game. This is the NFL. This is NFL power rankings. This isn't my rankings. How are they?
God.
I don't know. The NFL thinks their Cowboys are still pretty good. But they are good. They are good. They are good, but they shoot. They are good, but they shoot themselves in the foot all the time. The Bears are at 16. They're 3-0, and they're at number 16. Put that into perspective. The Browns are at 15. They're 1-2. Or are they 2-1? I think they're 2-1.
They're 2-1. Yeah.
Cardinals are at 14. Saints dropped to 13. 49ers are at 12. The Colts are at 11. I disagree with that. I don't think they're the 11th best team in the NFL.
Did they just compare Cardinals below the Saints? Just saying.
Yes. I think they are. I think the Saints should be higher. I do.
I agree. It should be higher because if they're matching with the Cardinals.
Well, the Saints should be higher than the Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals are as good as you think.
I'm sorry. The Cardinals wear Canadian colors, so I.
Oh, good. Okay. I see where you're at now. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at number 10. I guess they're 2-1, and like Rick said, they have the third best offense in the league and the second best defense. But who have they played? The Rams are at 9. The Patriots are at 8. The Titans are at 7. The Bills.
Don't agree with that one.
I don't agree with the Titans being 7.
Why not?
No, not.
Why not? They're 2-1, are they not?
I think Patriots better than the Titans.
Okay.
I think
the Patriots were behind the Titans, and the way that they do things, the NFL, is because they're professional teams, they won't jump one over another unless it's just like a big disparity. Patriots really haven't dominated. They did this past week, but the Patriots haven't really dominated over the last couple of weeks. So that's why they haven't really been wowing teams. The Bills are at 6. The Seahawks are at 5. Steelers are at 4.
What?
Well, they're undefeated, are they not? They played. Look at who they.
What the hell? I am blown away by that.
Look at who they've played, though. Look at who they've played.
I don't know about that one.
They've beaten some teams that are pretty decent.
Yeah, Steelers had some close games, but
they played tough games. They played some tough teams.
That doesn't mean that they're the best. It means that some of these teams, like, did they just rank the Seahawks better or the Steelers better than the Seahawks?
Yes. I disagree with it. This is where I disagree with it. The Seahawks, in my opinion, are the second best team in the NFL right now.
Russell Wilson, first game, 5 touchdowns. Second game,
okay,
touchdowns. Third game, 5 touchdowns.
Well, it's not just based on okay. So I'm not going to base my rankings off of one fucking player throwing 15 touchdowns because it's a team game. It's not a one-man sport, right?
Right.
It is, but he's having an MVP season.
Well, of course he is. Of course he is. I think they have their second best team in the league. They have issues on defense, though. They do have issues on defense. They did look shoddy at times against the Cowboys. Cowboys, which if you put up a really good offense up against them, they're good. They're really good. Seahawks, that's probably why they left the Seahawks at 5, because their defense might not be the answer that they're looking for. They might be able to score points, but are they going to be able to stop people in the end? The Ravens are at 3, which I can agree with to a point. I could put them at 4 because they lost last night and the way they lost last night. I would not put the Packers at 2. They have the Packers at 2, and I'm a Packer fan. I would put them where the Seahawks are. Well, actually, Green Bay started out as the third best team, so I understand why they did it, but I don't think they're better than the Seahawks. I would actually go Steelers, Ravens, Seahawks, or Packers, Seahawks, and then Chiefs. If I was ranking the top 5 teams. Those are the top 5 teams that's how I would rank them.
That's how I would too. I think that's accurate.
I think the Seahawks are the second best team as long as their defenses can shore up their issues. Jamal Adams is hurt. I don't know how hurt he is. I know he's hurt, though. What do you guys think? What do you think, Coop, about your top 5? Go ahead.
Who's number 1?
Okay, so the top 5 are what they have are the Seahawks, Steelers, Ravens, Packers, Chiefs. I actually have it Steelers, Ravens, Packers, Seahawks, Chiefs. I'll be right back.
Okay, so obviously with the win from the Chiefs, obviously puts them ahead. Then the Ravens are close behind. Seahawks, to me, I think, are the third best team. Packers, 4th. And then the 5th. I thought it was the Saints, but they have not looked like the top 5. I don't know who I would put in the top 5 because I definitely would not put the Steelers in top 5.
I actually would. I would keep the Steelers in the top 5 because they are showing that they are back with Big Ben back in the quarterback position.
Mm-hmm. The Rams 3-0 right now. I think the Rams are very underrated right now, and I would push them over the Steelers.
All right, Bobbitt.
Honestly, I do. Chiefs, Packers, Seahawks.
Well, you roboted there, Bobbitt. Say that again.
Okay. Number 1 would be Chiefs. Then we Packers, Ravens, Steelers. No, Steelers, Ravens, and Seahawks.
Okay, and what about you, Sarah?
Steelers, number 5. Number 4 would be Baltimore. 3 would be Green Bay. 2 would be Seattle. And 1 would be Kansas City.
Yeah. I mean, Kansas City's number 1 until they get beat. And I get that. I give them the respect because they won the Super Bowl last year, and they are 3-0. They are 3-0. I'm not saying
Rams are 3-0 as well right now.
I am not saying that they are the best team in football. I'm still not giving them because they look like shit against the Chargers. The Chargers 2 games in a row look like the Falcons. They just gave games away. They had the Chiefs beat. They had the Chargers beat, or didn't they have the Panthers beat? About it.
No, but they would have came back and won it though.
Okay. Or otherwise, we'd be talking about the Chargers being in the top 5 and not the Chiefs. But I think the Chiefs would be in the top 5, but they wouldn't be. We'd probably be talking about the Seahawks and the Packers being number 1, number 2. Then how can you keep the Steelers out of the top 5? Because they are 3-0. I think they're 3-0, yes?
That's what I was thinking about the Rams. They're 3-0. Right
no, they're not. They lost. They lost to the Bills.
They lost to Buffalo.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they beat the Bills.
No, they were going to. They gave up a last-second touchdown, though.
Fucking in.
Fucking in the ass. I get it, man. I get it. All right. So that being said, well, I'll try and do rankings next week. I'll try doing rankings next week on my own, but I'm usually too busy doing other things. So, Jesus. All right, so sorry I had to take care of that. What the fuck is that? Evil lost the titles, man. What the fuck are you doing? Naito's the champion. Naito's the champion, man. God damn
it. Still one of my favorites. Evil, one of my favorites.
Buffalo is legit, Rick, but do not, and I mean do not count the Patriots out. I am telling you right now, they are going to be there in the end because their defense is that good. Their defense is legitimate. I am with you. I picked Buffalo to win the AFC East, but I'm not counting the Patriots out, man. They have Bill Belichick. Until he goes away, the Patriots are always going to be there. Not for me, they are. It's just me. That's just how I feel.
He's a great
coach.
Bill
Belichick's there. They're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere. All right, so, oh my God, Thursday's game is just fantastic.
Are you doing picks now?
Yep, doing picks now.
New York Jets.
Oh my God.
New York Jets.
I might be going to bed early on Thursday.
This is a golf game.
I might actually watch golf. The Broncos at the Jets.
Is it at the MetLife Stadium?
It's the Broncos at the Jets. It's in New York.
5 injuries happening.
Not the turf's fault.
Either way, I'm going Jets in this one because.
Oh, you would.
You know what? Sam Darnold, I think, still has the skill to be a franchise quarterback, but with the desperation that he's been put in right now, and with the Denver Broncos injuries, I think this could be a chance for him to actually get a win.
Did you update the chart? I'll show you guys the chart after the game, after we're done doing our picks. What?
I can't see the chart because I don't have a phone.
No, I said that's fine. I'll let you know. I usually read them off to you. All right, so the next pick will be. I didn't even. I'm sorry. So the Broncos and the Jets. Coop went with the Jets because we fucking homer. I'm going to go with. I actually agree with Coop on this one. Somehow, some way, the Jets might not win this game. So I'm going with the Broncos. So, Bobbitt.
Give you a slow clap.
I'm going.
Say that again. Say it again.
I'm going Broncos.
Okay. Sarah?
I'm going with the Jets. Jets.
Yeah, whatever. Heather?
I'm going Broncos. There's no way the Jets are winning this.
I don't know if y'all heard what she said. She's going with the Jets. You went with the Broncos or the Jets? I'm sorry.
The Broncos.
She went with the Broncos. I'm going to go with the Broncos. The Jets, poor Sam Darnold. And I do agree with Coop that the kid will be a franchise. He should be a franchise quarterback. Put talent around this kid, and I guarantee you he will be so much better. It's going to be a close game. It might actually be a barn burner, but I'm going to go with the Broncos because the Jets haven't shown me that they can actually finish a game. That's all. That's the only reason. Well, no, I am sorry. Why am I going to go with the Jets? They're on their third fucking quarterback. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. They are without Drew Lock. They are without Jeff Driscoll. They're now on their third quarterback.
You're cheating?
Yes, I'm going with the Jets. I wasn't going to go with the Jets, and then I'm like, shit, I seen that today. The Broncos, I can't remember who they're starting, but
Mark Rippon.
They're Billy Ripken, or is it Bill Ripken?
Speaking of which, can I mention this to Heather?
Mm-hmm.
Heather, when do you want everybody's picks in? Because I understand that sometimes, like the people that watch our show, can't get our picks in by Thursday.
The rule is right. Go ahead, Heather.
No, they're not really hear me.
The rule is get them in by the first quarter of the first of Thursday's game. If you get them in by the start of the second quarter, before the start of the second quarter, we'll accept the pick.
Except just the Thursday pick, because
all of them.
A lot of people I talked to this week didn't get to me by Saturday. So
it has to be in by Thursday.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, and that we need to discuss that then, because some of the people that were making picks with me couldn't contact me until Saturday. So
I mean, we can talk about it, but they can't really pick Thursday's game.
Yeah, that they didn't even mention Thursday's game. If they sometimes
if they don't mind not mentioning Thursdays, that's fine with me. But there's no guarantee that they're going to win a prize. That's the thing.
Because there was one individual that he wanted to make a picks, and then just when Heather said that, you had to get your Thursday picks in by Thursday.
The Thursday pick, the Thursday pick is fine. If they don't,
he just don't count. In the middle, he just stopped picking while I was mentioning to him. So it's like he got upset because he didn't want anything to be a hassle.
Oh, it's not a hassle. It's not a hassle.
What I was saying was we need to have a cutoff date for the amount of people entering in to make the picks, period.
I don't understand. Okay.
Because Beans wanted to enter in, and he's not going to be 4 weeks behind everybody else in points. There's no way he's winning the prize at all.
Well, he can win by percentage points. We'll discuss it.
Yeah, well, I just I have some people that were just late to the party, I guess.
That's fine. It is what it is. I mean, if you can get the pick to me or Heather, get the pick to Coop. For those of you that are getting your picks to Coop, if you're watching this, just get it. If you can get it by first quarter on Thursday, just DM it to him or however you do that, then I have no problem with it. Just make sure you get your... Now, the Sunday's games... Well, that's simple. It'd be what? By the first quarter of the first... Does that make sense? I would go even one further because people have more free time, is before the kickoff on Sunday, before noon Central Time. Does that sound fair?
Just sometimes people are not comfortable with
Life
giving their
happens.
picks in on Thursdays.
Life
because,
happens. No, it's fine. Life happens. I get it. We'll figure something out, and there's a way to do it. We'll figure it out.
So if Beans is in the chat, you can pick.
Yeah, they did. Did you all hear that or no? Did you hear what Heather said? Did you hear what Heather said? No? So if you are in the chat,
Specifically
Beans, if you're in the chat, get your picks to Heather. I'm just too. We can talk about it offline. I'm going to turn into a fucking argument. All right. So everybody done picking?
Else has made their picks.
Okay.
Just Beans, who I saw in the chat earlier, has not said anything.
Okay. All right. Sunday's games. He picked the Jets. Ravens at what? Fuck 2. And she puts WFT.
There's no room to fit it.
It's just Washington. Put Washington. So it's Baltimore at Washington. Who you got?
Ravens.
I got Baltimore.
You getting all that? That was cool. Bobbitt?
Ravens.
I think he said Ravens. Did you say Ravens, Bobbitt?
Yes, sir.
Heather? I know who you're going with.
Yeah, Ravens.
She went with the Ravens. I'm going to go with the Ravens as well. I'm going to go with the Ravens as well. Bounce back game. It is against the Redskins. Washington. Whatever. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You can try and tell me that you need to come up with, but who the fuck are you to tell me that I need to say Washington all the time? If I say Redskins, you know what I'm talking about. Steelers at Titans. I don't know if everybody got their picks into you, but I'm going with the Steelers. It's going to be close. But I'm going with the
Steelers
Steelers.
to Titans?
Yep.
Ooh.
I've looked back and forth for half an hour over this one.
Sarah?
I'm going with the Steelers.
Bobbitt?
Steelers.
Coop, who'd you go with?
I'm going to go with Titans in this one.
Okay, like I said, I'm going with the Steelers. Heather?
I'm going with the Steelers, but I would not be surprised if the Titans win.
Heather's going with the Steelers. But she wouldn't be surprised if the Titans win. And I agree. I agree. Chargers at Buccaneers.
Bucks.
You going with the Buccaneers?
Yeah, just Chargers.
Justin Herbert, to me, man,
He's
whatever
young.
you said about him looking good, did not look good to me.
Well, he's a rookie. He's going to have flashes of not looking good. He's just like Kyler Murray. He's going to have flashes of not looking good.
Wait,
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is the same. Coop, Joe Burrow is the same way. He shows flashes of being good, but he's not always going to be good. He's a rookie in the league. Rookies are always going to have their growing pains, man. It's a given.
But 3 interceptions in that game, I think, from Justin Herbert.
Okay, but he's a rookie. He's a rookie. It's the same thing with Kyler Murray.
Joe has not thrown 3 interceptions a game yet.
Who? He's lucky.
hasn't thrown 3
He's lucky. He's lucky he hasn't thrown any 3 interceptions because he could very well have like 8 interceptions already this year. He's throwing it right to some guys. I've seen
He's
it.
throwing it a lot. I will say he's throwing it a lot.
Okay, so I mean, we can sit here and argue about this for fucking hours on end, but Justin Herbert is going to go through all of the growing pains that all of the other rookie quarterbacks have all gone through because they're being thrown into the fire.
From all the completions so far, Justin Burrow is doing better than Justin Herbert.
He ain't winning games, though. Justin Herbert has won, or should have won, actually. Justin Herbert's looked better than Joe Burrow. Sorry. Yes.
We'll keep that debate for the weeks to come.
We'll have that debate. We'll have that debate when the season's over. Wait until the season's over before you make an assessment. I'm going with the Buccaneers. The Chargers are going to go through growing pains. I've said it.
Chargers were able to exploit Kansas City.
They were. But I think they were more ready for Tyrod Taylor than they were Justin Herbert, and that's why they. But the Chiefs can be exploited. I want the Chargers to beat the Buccaneers because fuck the Buccaneers. Sorry, Rick and Brady. Yeah, fuck Brady. He's pedestrian at best. I don't care if they have the second best offense in the NFL. Pedestrian at best. That just tells me that the NFL is declining. Seahawks at Dolphins. Oh, Sarah Bobbitt. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm going with Tampa.
Huh?
Tampa.
Going with Tampa Bay. Bobbitt?
Yeah.
I'm going Bucks.
Okay. Yep.
I'm going Bucks too. If I don't think I made my pick.
Seahawks at Dolphins. Seahawks. Just
Seahawks.
I don't know. The Dolphins might come out of nowhere. I still think the Dolphins can surprise them. But
I'm going Seattle.
go ahead, Sarah.
I went with Seattle, but I'm going Seahawks. I don't trust the Dolphins.
Fucking Ryan Fitzpatrick, man.
He's not doing anything. He's not the Seahawks.
That guy's a fucking pest. You never know what's going to happen with this guy. He might put up the same numbers as Russell Wilson this game. Whatever. Russell Peters, the same thing. Anyway, I'm going Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks. Just Russell Wilson probably going to throw 7 touchdowns in this game. Heather, what'd you go with? Okay. Everybody picked. All right. Vikings at Texans.
I'm going with the Texans.
I'm going with the Texans. Look, Vikings are trash. Vikings aren't very good. Bobbitt, who you got?
I got Houston.
Alvin Cook for Minnesota, I think, is going to be a difference maker in this game, so I'm going to go with Minnesota.
Heather, who are you going with?
I'm going Texans.
She went with Houston. You just don't like the Houston Texans, do you, Coop?
I don't like it. I saw some sparks from them from what Kenny Stills, Cobb. You know, they're starting to spread the ball around with the receivers there, but not liking it.
Coop, have you watched a Vikings game yet? I mean, sat down and actually watched an entire Vikings game?
Sat down and watched Kirk Cousins over and over again throw interception, but yet he still puts up the points with Dalvin Cook rushing. So I think this could be a ground and pound game for Minnesota over Houston.
I disagree. Minnesota can't stop. Their secondary is it's probably the worst in the league.
It's atrocious.
It's
Their
bad.
secondary.
If Minnesota could take time away from Houston and score the points over Houston,
that's
and
why
take the ball away.
That's
I think Minnesota wins.
that's
Kirk
why I
Cousins
don't.
is trash.
Kirk Cousins might be trash. He is a decent quarterback, but I'm going to tell you right now.
You give that ball in Dalvin Cook's hands, he can run it. Man.
Okay.
he will
But
wear
you
down
put the ball in Deshaun Watson. But if you put the ball in Deshaun Watson's hands, I guarantee it, he's going to throw for like 300, almost 400 yards in that game.
Coop, you're also forgetting J.J. Watt.
That defense is fucking. Houston's defense
Pretty good defense.
is decent. They played 3 really fucking tough teams.
I've just been right about Houston for the last 3 weeks, and I'm sticking with my gut.
Good, stick with your gut. But I'm telling you, I just don't see the Houston Texans losing this game because I've seen Minnesota play 2 weeks in a row, and they've looked really bad. 3 weeks. I've seen them play 3 weeks, and they've looked really bad. I don't think they've won a game yet, have they?
Nope.
Neither has Houston.
Yeah, but Houston's looked better losing than Minnesota.
Yeah, Houston's played Kansas City, they played Baltimore, and they played Pittsburgh. Excuse me, that's real competition. Like, I'm sorry.
But holy shit, I feel like the panel's against me all of a sudden.
You're fine. Coop, you're fine. You're fine. That's what this show is about. Go ahead.
Meat and potatoes football. And that's what
but Houston can do that too. Minnesota has a very bad defense.
No, they can't because they have to keep fucking getting out of their hands every fucking time. Minnesota can run the clock down, run the ball with Dalvin Cook, wear down the clock, keep Houston off the field. I think they can be an edge.
They've played against teams that have better defenses than Minnesota too. Minnesota's defense is fucking god-awful. They can't stop a wet paper bag. If you give up 31 fucking points to the Tennessee Titans, there's something seriously fucking wrong with you. They can't. The only thing
points average.
The only thing that they can, but the other teams are scoring 30 more points than they are. They're scoring. They're getting outscored. They've given up the most points in the league. Aaron Rodgers torched them for almost 400 yards.
Still just not seeing it from Houston. Kyle Rudolph, to me, he's looked better. I like it from what I see from Kyle Rudolph. Everybody. Watch him.
It's everybody. In Houston. It's in Houston, too.
Kyle Rudolph, keep your eyes on him, everybody.
He's a great tight end. I see him play 3 weeks. He's the only one that's doing anything.
I've called it. You said,
and that's fine.
Who they have to go to?
I've never said anything bad about Kyle Rudolph.
But you said who they have to go to? They didn't have anybody. Kyle Rudolph.
Again, he's been the only one that's done anything.
Exactly, and that's what I've been calling out,
but
man.
You can't.
I'm gonna keep going them.
So you're just going to rely on 2 players to do everything for you, because they're going to double. They're going to double. They're going to double Thielen. But they may not have to double Thielen because they have the defensive backs to cover him. I'm telling you, it's going to be a close game, but I don't think Minnesota knows how to finish a game. Their defense, their secondary is way too young. They have the youngest secondary in the fucking league. They don't have a player over 23 years old in that secondary. Okay? Their linebacking core is garbage. Anthony Barr's hurt. They can't get pressure on the quarterback right now. And if you think they're going to get pressure on Deshaun Watson, who can run the ball, that's you got to look at the whole picture. Kyle Rudolph isn't going to beat Houston. I don't think Dalvin Cook's going to beat Houston. Green Bay last year, fucking Dalvin Cook had 200 yards rushing against Green Bay, and Green Bay still kicked the shit out of Minnesota in one game. That's all I'm saying, man. I mean, Minnesota, they're going to be 0-4. They're going to be 0-4. Why? It's just Houston has a better team. They have more weapons. In my opinion, they have more weapons. But that's fine. We'll talk about it next Tuesday. The Saints at Lions. I'm going with the Saints. I ain't even going to try to talk about this one.
Same.
Bob, who you got? Who you got?
Thanks.
And of course, Trek picks the Lions. What a... He hasn't learned anything. Yeah, womp womp. The Lions.
Wait, I have a sound effect that I actually. We got a sound effect. Wait, we have actually sound effects now, people.
Right.
We're
I will get them in OBS and teach JP how to use them.
Okay, I'll do that. Wrong.
Where is it?
I'll find it. We'll find it. The Browns at the count. Did everybody get their picks in or no?
No. Only Scoop stick.
No, he said Saints.
Okay.
Browns at Cowboys. Coop, Trek. You're seriously picking the Cowboys over the lose to the Browns? I need to have a talk with that boy. I'm going with the Cowboys. If the Cowboys lose to the Browns, then you know the Cowboys are a fucking bad team. Coop, who you got? You're going to go with the Browns, aren't you?
I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Good man. He's learning. I'm just kidding. Bobbin, who you got? Who you got, Bobbin?
I'm the Cowboys.
Sarah?
Cowboys.
Heather, you probably went to Cowboys, I'm assuming.
I did.
Okay. And everybody's going with the Cowboys. Except for fucking Trek went with the fucking Lions. Or went with the Browns.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, son. You haven't learned. Oh my god. I will be surprised if the Browns are even close after the first quarter. Now, the Browns did get Myles Garrett back, so he is playing. I didn't know that. Oh my god, here we go. Jaguars at the Bengals.
Oh my god.
There's some bad games this week, huh?
Oh, fuck.
Heather, who'd you pick?
I went with the Bengals.
Okay.
I don't see the Jaguars coming back from anything they've done these past years.
Bobbitt, who you got? Cowboys are a dumpster fire, Trek said.
Fucking shoot me. I'm gonna go Jaguars.
You can go Jaguars. The Cowboys are not a dumpster fire. I don't even know with this kid anymore. Somebody want to have a talk with him? I don't.
It's like he lost cable and lost his brain.
I have no fucking idea. Cowboys are putting up points. Browns aren't. They did last week, but they played the fucking Bengals. The Cowboys actually have pretty good defense. It's the Seattle Seahawks. They're that fucking good. Coop, who you got?
What's the games?
Jaguars and Bengals.
Jaguars, Bengals.
Yeah. That's why I didn't care. I'm going with the Bengals.
I am going to go with the Bengals as well.
Bengals for me.
Sarah, Bengals for you?
Yep.
Yes? Yep. Colts at the Bears. The Bears are 3-0. Nick Foles the answer?
No.
He said no. Bob?
No.
Fucking past.
Who you got, Bob?
I'm going Colts.
You're going with the Colts. Oh. Sarah, who you got?
I'm going with the Colts.
Of course you are. How fucking stupid of me to ask. Coop, who you got? The fuck was that?
That was our one-up sound effect that we have.
Who you got?
What's Indianapolis Colts pursue?
The Chicago Bears.
Another garbage game I didn't care about. That's why. I'm going with the Colts in this one because I don't trust Nick Foles. And Tariq Cohen's injured.
Mm-hmm.
He's out, I think, ACL tear or something like that.
Yep, he's out.
Another loss for the Bears. So going with the Colts.
I'm rooting for the Colts in this one because it's the fucking Bears. It's a division game. They're 3-0. Just like I'm gonna. God, I don't know, man. I don't trust Phillip Rivers. It's like Coop. He doesn't trust the Houston Texans. I don't trust Phillip Rivers, man. I don't. And I'll tell you why. He's going up against a team that is a bunch of ball hawks, and Phillip Rivers is known to throw some good picks in his day. I've seen it.
I'm sorry, Pete.
I don't care. It's funny. I'm going to go with the Colts. Final score is going to be 3-2 because both teams are fucking terrible. No, it's going to be close though. I'm going to go with the Colts. Cardinals at the Panthers. I'm going to go with the Cardinals in this one. Bobbitt. Bobbitt. Nope, you're muted.
Go Carolina.
He's going Carolina. Why are you going Carolina?
I'm going Panthers.
Why are you going with Carolina?
Because it's at home, and I'm hoping maybe our win last week will help us this week.
Remember what I said to you 2 weeks ago? Growing pains. You're going to see some good things, and you're going to see some bad things. Kyler Murray's going to fucking go with Carolina for like 300 yards. He's going to want to he's going to want to resurrect what happened to him last week. I'm sorry, Bobbitt, but it's going to even be close. The Cardinals are going to destroy him. But hey, at least you're giving me insight as to why. Who you got?
What Cardinals at who?
Oh my God,
Carolina. Carolina. I'm not going with Carolina. Just
okay. So you're going with the Cardinals because Kyler Murray is the MVP of the league. That's.
Sorry, I was focusing on the game picks. I'm focusing on the sound effects.
Giants. Sarah, who are you picking?
Arizona.
Next game. Giants at the Rams. I'm going with the Rams. Fucking Giants. Wah, wah. Coop, who you got? Who do you got, Coop? Who do you got?
Not the team that we just went against.
Giants at the Rams?
I'm going with the Rams.
He's going with the Rams. Who you got, buddy?
I got Rams.
Fair enough.
Rams.
Heather, I'm sure you went with the Rams. Yes. All right. What could possibly be a good game? The Bills at the Raiders.
Hey, Bills at the Raiders?
Yep.
Didn't they already play?
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought they played last week.
No.
My bad. Bills at the Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders in this one.
I'm going with the Bills. Oh, man.
I'm going with Buffalo.
Yeah. No, but I mean, Raiders, I'm not going to count the Raiders out. They have pretty
I'm
good.
gonna go with Buffalo.
Okay. Heather, you probably went with Buffalo, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I almost did go with Oakland or Las Vegas in this one. The Bills have too much. Bills just have too much. All right, next game. Ooh, now we get to the crunch time. Patriots at Chiefs. This I am looking forward to. What kind of offense, the best offense in the league going up against one of the better defenses in the league? Who wins? Sarah?
I'm gonna go with Kansas City.
Bobbitt? Bobbitt.
I'm going New England.
Okay. Cool.
I'm going with Kansas City in this one, just because I think that they might just score more points. Cam Newton, I think, might hold them back a few plays.
Okay. Heather? Heather went with the Chiefs. I'm going with the Patriots. Why? Because New England has the kind of defense that Kansas City will struggle against. Physical, in your fucking face. Baltimore is physical and in your face. They just didn't fucking do it, and that's why they got exploited like little girls last night. The physical, in your face defense can get to the pass rusher, have one of the best defensive minds to ever coach in the NFL, have probably arguably the best head coach to ever coach in the NFL. I'm going with New England, and it's just that one factor. Andy Reid's great, but I think New England wins based on defense. And Cam Newton's going to do just enough to beat. It's going to be close. They're going to do just enough to beat Kansas City. Just enough. Go ahead and hit the one up. I'm waiting for it. Coop's fucking smiling. All right, next game. Eagles.
Please make sure you get those sound effects.
Okay, Eagles at 49ers. All the injuries to the 49ers, is that going to be enough to finally get the Eagles a win?
I don't think so.
You're agreeing with that, Coop?
I do.
You think the Eagles are going to beat the 49ers?
I do.
Okay. Sarah, who you got?
I got the Niners.
Ahmed, who you got?
I got the Eagles.
Got the Eagles. I don't know, man. The 49ers are at home. I'm going to have to go with the home team in this one. I don't want to because I fucking hate the 49ers, but I'm going to go with the 49ers.
This is going to be fun with these sound effects.
It might be. It might be. All right. The next game and the final game is the Monday night game. The team that has been talked about giving up the lead the last 3 weeks. The Falcons at the Packers. Packers struggle against the fucking Falcons. I do not know why they do. But I think it's in Green Bay. The last 2 or 3 times it's been in Atlanta. I'm going to go with Green Bay in this one. Cool.
I agree. I just Atlanta. I think I truly agree. Atlanta can put up points, but I think Green Bay is just going to be just outscore.
My mic is messing up. I don't know what you're talking about. Sarah, who you got?
Packers.
You got the Packers?
Yep, I got the Packers.
Oh well, we need to talk about that. Thanks, Trek. Bobbit, who you got?
I got Packers.
So Heather, you got the Packers? No. Okay. All right. Go. Yeah, you went with the Packers. So apparently there was and we didn't talk about this. I didn't get to this. There was not the Houston Texans. The Tennessee Titans some Tennessee Titans staff tested positive for COVID-19. And there was talk, both Minnesota and Tennessee suspended football activities as of right now. So Trek actually found that out today, and he started asking me questions. I'm like, just fucking wait until the fucking show. And I said, what do you guys think they should do? Can you hand me my phone? No? I'm sorry. So what happens if the games get suspended? What do they do? What do you think the NFL should do?
Just like if a game is postponed from a weather, it would just add a week or something like that, right?
Well, you can't suspend it a week.
Why not?
Because they have to play another game that following week. You can't just.
Oh no, that's not how Remember when Tampa Bay and Minnesota had their game suspended and it was postponed till the end of the like week 17 or something like that.
So you're saying you're saying add on one extra week. Yes. That's what I agree with. However, what if neither team is in the playoff picture? Do you actually want to play that game? Should they play that game? Is there a reason to?
There's still merchandise, for
in major leagues they don't. If they don't play, like the Cardinals didn't have to play their two games that were postponed. It has nothing to do with merchandise.
I disagree with that statement.
That's what'll happen if neither. And I can tell you exactly what is going to happen if Tampa Bay if Tennessee or Minnesota, either one of them two teams are not in playoff. If one is, then the other team has to play. But if both teams are not in playoff contention, they will not play that game. If it gets us. Now, they aren't playing each other. The Steelers and Titans. So I'm thinking Steelers and Titans will have to play because the Steelers will be in the playoffs unless they already clinch a playoff spot, unless it comes down to seeding. So there's a bunch of factors that go into it. So I'm not going to speculate because there's no word that they're suspending the game. They just shut down football activities. We'll know more this week as to what they're going to do, and you will find out exactly what they're going to do when they make that statement. It all comes down to playoff, if they make the playoffs or not, and the team that they're playing, if they're in playoff contention or if they're in for a seeding spot or whatever, then they'll play. But if there's none of those factors, and one team is going to make the playoffs and the other one isn't, they aren't going to play the game. Because there's no need to. There's no need. And you also got to think, yes, merchandising, but you also got to think about injuries, too.
Who knows with this fucking company, right? Who knows if they want to make money.
Right. So that's what I think. Also, Aaron had a question for me, and I forgot to bring it up. So he wanted me to talk about last night's game. So I'm going to kind of talk about it because I really didn't get to it. I'd love to see just how, and this is what he sent me, and I hope he doesn't mind me reading this off. I'd love to see just how the hell the Chiefs got away with a win over the Ravens. Baltimore, to me, was a far superior team. I think Baltimore is the better team. They just didn't fucking show up. The coach didn't have a very good game plan. Whatever game plan that they had, And I blame John Harbaugh for that, and he never has a badly executed plan. I think it was just one of those games. Did Kansas City do some things that people weren't? I wasn't expecting them. Kansas City trick played the fuck out of the Baltimore Ravens. What that tells me is Kansas City has to do trick plays in order to beat a really good team. Now, watch the game film from that, and you're going to see Baltimore game plan off of that previous game. That's what I see happening. Is Baltimore the better team? Yes, but not last night. In my opinion, yes, but not last night. They look outclassed. But that had a lot to do with the coaching, the game plan that was put out there. That's what I see. Cool. Thoughts?
I was too opinionated with watching that game. Just Baltimore to me did not look like Baltimore.
No, they didn't. That's why Baltimore got beat. They didn't look like Baltimore. They just didn't execute anything.
Lamar Jackson just needs to stop.
Well, it wasn't even just Lamar Jackson. That defense looked really.
Defense was horrible.
Their defense just looked all out of sorts. They looked discombobulated. Didn't act. They were nowhere near any of the receivers all night. Them receivers were wide open. You never see that from Baltimore. Never. That's what I took from it. So
it was just a poorly executed game by Baltimore. That's what it was. It was poorly executed.
Yeah. So my thing is with the whole, if it's players, they've got people on the practice squad. They can bring up as long as they fit that position. There's free agents out there that you can sign for one game and then fucking release them for whatever. I don't know what they're going to do, but I know that they add 5 players to the roster just because of the COVID thing. I think they did.
Yeah, the Titans did. I know that. I think they did something.
Well, so there is an intent to play the game, but if it does get canceled, they'll play it at the end of the year as long as both teams are in the playoffs and there's no seeding situation, or if one is fighting for a playoff spot, the other isn't, then they'll have to play the game. If neither one is not playing for a playoff spot, then they're not. Or if there's none of those factors, it'd be stupid too, because I'd forfeit the game. I'd be like, we already made the fucking playoffs. We're already set. We're seated. We're good to go. I'm not going to have my players get hurt. I'm going to get ready for my playoff game.
Right.
And if the owner says, well, what about merchandise? Well, what if that fucking player gets hurt and really bad and has to retire from football? What good is that merchandise going to do you?
Right.
That's exactly what I'd fucking tell them. Let's our main goal here is to win the fucking Super Bowl. Fuck your merchandise. My job here is to get these players to the Super Bowl. Fuck your merchandise. It's not going to kill you for one game. So that's all I got. Anybody else got anything?
Nope.
I'm not sure if I need a new chair. Do you guys hear
Yeah, I hear a creaking. I hear a creak, but that's okay. It's all right.
My bad. I need a new chair.
I need a lot of new things.
I think I did bad in the picks last week, but oh well.
Oh yeah, shit. Oh, calm down. So there's the picks. Oh shit! I tied. Me and Sarah tied. I tied you. That 16-0 did nothing for you. So, Coop, you just Coop. So
what did I do?
Well, I'm gonna read. There it is. All right, so Sarah and I are tied at 36.5, even with her 16-0 week last week. Yeah, that means she did really bad this week. You went. Coop, you're at 32.5. So you're 4 points. You're still 4 points behind.
I gotta say, probably the games that I lost to, like the Bengals got in a tie. Cardinals, they fucking sucked to the Lions with a field goal.
Well, I can tell you exactly.
I'm not too far behind with the points, ladies and gentlemen. I keep losing by these 3-point games and stuff like that, so I'm not too far behind.
So here's what games. Last week, Coop went 8.5 and 7.5. Heather went 7.5 and 8.5. Bobbitt went 8.5 and 7.5. I went 11.5 and 4.5. So in the chat,
little chest rub there.
I did probably terrible.
How many points do I have?
Hey, you ain't no Tanahashi. You can't do those biceps.
You don't know. I might have a 1-pack under there.
1-pack.
How did you do, Bobby? You went 8.5 and 7.5, buddy. You're sitting in.
No, I mean, what's my overall total?
Oh, I look. Can you see the thing? You're at 31.5, so you're right behind Coop, and then Heather is in last on the panel at 30.5. Trek is leading the chat picks at 36.5. He's right up there with Sarah and I because he doesn't have a mind of his own, so he just goes off what Sarah says.
Copies everything.
Yeah. Silly's at 35.
He loves his Raiders. I'm very impressed with Silly's picks right now. He's doing very well.
Dan Rex, you're at 32.5, and Gina's at 30.5. Ray is at 29.5, and then THC and Oob and Rick are at Oob's at 25.5, THC's at 18, and Rick's at 9. What are you laughing at?
Rick, I don't think was here for a week, right?
Rick missed 2 weeks. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not like he picked bad. Sarah, you're a dick. Jesus Christ.
Jeez, sir.
Fucking asshole, man. Making fun of people.
That was a heel move. I mean, that was a heel move.
Oob is the new Rachel on everybody, where he's just starting to learn football.
No, he's doing all right. Hey, it's all good. And the reason that I do this show, and I do this show, is to give people my insight. I've been a football fan ever since I was a toddler, so I've always had a football in my hand. I used to be a football coach. I've coached at the high school level. I was a head coach for Pee Wee. I was a defensive backs coach for the high school that I went to for a couple of years. They wanted me to become the defensive coordinator, but I'm like, nope, you can go fuck yourself. What the fuck is that? Is that your dad?
It's my father.
Okay.
That's my inspiration. But
Yeah. But I love talking football. And I love giving my insight. And if you have a question of me, don't be afraid to ask it. You know my Twitter. Most of you know what my Twitter is. I know Dan Rex has asked me a couple of questions. Bobbitt's asked me a couple of questions. Heather's asking me questions. Sarah thinks she fucking knows everything, but will only talk about the Indianapolis Colts for some fucking reason.
No, I talk about other things in the league.
Okay.
She knows a lot of players.
She does. I'm just giving Sarah a hard time. She does.
I will call bluff that she's not friends with every NFL player.
I'm not. I only know people from Iowa. Please, God, please. And I've met him through my best friend Andre. That's how I became friends with him. So that's the only reason.
Who? What? What the fuck are you talking about? What?
So my best friend Andre's got these connections in the NFL, and he knows a lot of athletes because he's a promoter. So
well, I had a cousin that he came out the same year as Ryan Leaf.
Yeah.
He got picked up as an unsigned free agent to play for the San Diego Chargers, and he played one preseason game, and he said Ryan Leaf is the biggest douche canoe you'd ever fucking meet. Now he's one of the nicest people you'll ever fucking meet. Because he grew the fuck up, and he knew what he was doing was wrong. But then he ended up falling into drugs. But there's that whole story. But I had a cousin that actually played professional football. What?
But he turned his life around, Ryan Leaf. You got to give him his credit.
I did. I did. I said he's one of the cooler people around.
Yeah, so.
I played football my freshman, my sophomore, and my junior year. I blew my knee out, and I couldn't play football anymore. So what I did was I got really close to the head coach and learned from him. Picked up little intricacies about football. My uncles and I would sit down and we'd talk about games. We wouldn't sit and watch a game. When I watch a game, I don't just watch one player. I watch the whole field. And the only way you can do that is if you're a coach and you can sit down and watch the whole field. Like, you can tell when a receiver pops open right away. Why isn't the quarterback throwing the ball to him? Because he's not looking at him. It is what it is.
I can just tell you right now, you have a football dad. If every play he goes up to the TV and explains every play to you.
My dad can't see the TV anymore.
My father used to play football, and he gets pissed off with every fucking play that he just sees on TV.
It's all about execution. Oh, he would have probably loved the Packer game. Fucking all the missed fucking tackles on Kamara, the fucking arm tackle and the shoulder tackle, and I was fucking that annoyed the shit.
I will say this: he's glad that he has Alvin Kamara on his team.
Right?
That's the only reason why he's winning the league.
Right. But that being said, you ever have any questions about anything, don't be afraid to ask. And Rich, I didn't get as high as in college as he did, but he coached in high school and he coached in Division II college, so he knows football. And I don't know if he has a Twitter or not, but goddamn, you have questions, you can ask him. He probably has more knowledge than I do.
Tell him if he has Twitter, add me.
Yeah, if you do have a Twitter handle, don't be afraid to find @Goonie20. She will follow you back and DM her saying who you are, and she will take your picks that way too. So you don't have to be here to pick. You can be in and whatever. If you have Facebook, get them to Coop. You just don't be scared. We'll take them. We'll take any pick. Anybody's pick. We'll take it. Do you guys have anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Bobbit, you got anything?
ATS.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, that being said, we're going to get out of here. Oh, Bobbit knows football too. You can ask him. But
sweet.
But yeah, so too sweet. All right, evil. So that being said, we're gonna get out of here. Everybody have a great night. We'll talk to you later. Stay safe and have a good night, everybody.
You too.